Tell me about a time you messed up and how you fixed it. Now, something that I know that a lot of candidates really don't like answering are what I call negative interview questions. Negative interview questions essentially give a connotation that you're not amazing and perfect and the best thing ever. Tell me about a time when you made a mistake. Tell me about a time when you had to do something again. Tell me about a time when you changed an idea about something. Tell me about your biggest weakness. And a lot of people will give answers that I deem to be a little bit flimsy or false, or actually are answers that can't really be delivered with conviction because they're not true. Here's a little tip. If you're lying, we can tell. Not because we can tell that you're lying, but we can tell because you look really bored and disinterested as you're giving your answer. Now, for me, it's always best to err on the side of the truth or just tell the truth, but you don't have to reveal a significant error or mistake. For example, you may have gotten a poor score in an exam. You may not have done so well in a group project. You may have been late to work once. You might have been ill. These are things that anybody can go through, and the most important thing about this, and actually for all negative questions, is what have you done to get better at this thing? And what lessons have you learned, or what lesson have you taken away to make sure that you improve? The reason why negative interview questions exist is because, number one, it really helps us to get a 360-degree view of you, not just what is good, but also what do you think could be better. And number two, which I think is much more interesting in terms of understanding a candidate's emotional maturity, is just to see how people self-assess. We all have weaknesses, we all have blind spots. And if a candidate is unable to do that, then potentially they're not going to be able to do that when it comes to real work, where they're going to have to learn and make mistakes. And this is going to be difficult not only for the candidate, but also for the people who have to work with them and the person who has to manage them. So these last two sections are something a little bit different that I want to introduce, which really talks about the nuances of individual companies' application processes. Now, the first part is talking about situational judgment questions, which is something that I find people really struggle with. And the second part is just special cases or interesting things that I noticed that came up in candidate memories, which I just want to bring to your attention, because if you don't know about it, you can't prepare for it. But if you do, then based upon the role or the country or the place that you're going to apply to, then you can make adjustments and start to prepare for that.